Hello, welcome back to my channel. I've got a slightly different video for you today. Normally I would obviously share travel vlogs or a solo vlog of some sort, but today I'm actually going to share a recipe video, and there's a very good reason for that. That's because this year I'm partnering with the Wonder Foundation, who are an incredible charity who work to empower and educate women and young girls across the world. If you don't know, I used to work in the charity sector. It's something that's very close to my heart, something that I'm very interested in, obviously, and I absolutely love the work that the Wonder Foundation do. So I'm thrilled to be working with them, and this is essentially going to be a little introductory video to them, to the work that they do, and to Carmen, who is the CEO of the Wonder Foundation. She's going to be sharing a recipe from her childhood that her mother taught her, and we basically just want to share the story of Wonder, share the importance of community and food and how these all link together. Over the course of the year, I'm going to be sharing different recipes from some of the countries that they do work in and talking about the projects from those countries while I'm doing so. And today's video is essentially an introductory video to the charity. So Carmen is going to be telling me about this recipe, we're going to cook it together, and then we're going to eat, and we're going to talk about some of the work that Wonder does. To me, this partnership makes so much sense. Food is always going to be integral to community. It's how people connect, whether they're happy or sad, grieving, celebrating. Food is at the heart of everything that we do, and I think food really symbolises community. So I just really want to spread the message of the Wonder Foundation and the work that they do. And if I can share some delicious recipes along the way, then that would be great too. So I hope you enjoy the video. So I am here with Carmen from the Wonder Foundation. Carmen, tell us a bit about what you do, where you're from, and a bit about the Wonder Foundation.
So yes, I'm the CEO of Wonder Foundation, and Wonder is a charity that supports women and girls to exit poverty for good through education, skills, mentoring, and access to opportunities and networks, giving them access to jobs that are relevant to the local job market, and also the inner strength to actually take over the opportunities presented to them.
We're going to be making a recipe today that is a recipe from your childhood,
yes.
A recipe that symbolises community to you. It's a recipe that was passed down from your mum and that you brought with you over the last however many years.
40 years.
40 years.
In the UK.
40 years in the UK. And the reason that we wanted to share this recipe is because I think it really showcases the power of food in community, and how when you have access to community and to things like recipes that you can read, you can write them, you can share them, it brings people together. And I think it shows that when you maybe don't have access to those things, it can really feel much more isolating. Yes. So we want to share this recipe. It's a really simple recipe as well, which is great. I'm going to make it, Carmen's going to tell me what to do.
All right.
And she's going to tell us a bit about the recipe as well.
So, you know, I love it because the tomatoes are red, the same as the heart, you know, and I think food is about community, it's about connecting, right? Connection. So it's super simple, and so there are no excuses.
Yeah.
So first of all, we need to wash and get rid of the green bits from the tomatoes.
Oh, and have we said what the dish is called?
Yeah, the dish is called Salmorejo, and it's very traditional Spanish dish that comes from the peasants originally in the 10th century in Cordoba. It was originally just the bread, the oil, and the garlic. And when after the tomatoes came from America, tomatoes were incorporated, and actually they are the main protagonists now of the recipe.
So am I just going to cut these into quarters?
Yeah, cut them. And it's super simple, and put it in the blender. So, you know, the nice thing about this recipe is that it is the first recipe I learned to make on my own.
Really?
Because it's so simple.
Yeah, of course.
And it's not dangerous, really. It's a very typical summer recipe because it is very cold and it's quite elastic. You can actually feed quite a lot of people, and you know, we are a big family.
Yes.
There were nine children. My parents, my grandmom was always around, and of course the neighbors here, the neighbors there, the neighbors, and you never knew how many of us would be in for lunch or for dinner. So everything had to be elastic.
So you can scale it up, you can scale it down.
Exactly. Put a few more tomatoes, you know, put a little bit more water and make it a bit more liquid, whatever. Course. So yeah, it was very easy. You put the tomatoes in the blender, you put a little bit of garlic,
How much garlic should I put in?
I think 1 clove is
clove.
enough. Well, it reminds me of happiness, summer, holidays, togetherness, arguing and eating something delicious. Isn't it amazing that we all need to eat just to grow or to develop, but how when something is nice, it just brings happiness. And of course we all loved it, and my mother knew it, so I think it became our staple food.
And is it the sort of thing now that obviously you don't live there, you live here now, but when you make this, does it kind of...
Well, whenever I go to Spain, my mother has this for me. This is something I do a lot, and actually a lot of my friends have adopted. So anyway, you put the tomatoes, you put the garlic, and then the traditional recipe is that you put stale bread, like, it's like for family. So you have always bread that you haven't eaten, and we eat a lot of bread in Spain. That is like our potatoes, let's say. Yeah. And then you soak it in water, and then you do like this to make sure all the water comes out, and you put it there to thicken the soup. But actually, because some of us have gluten allergies and other things, my mother has discovered that she substitutes the bread for an apple. You can also substitute the bread for a carrot or for strawberries.
Wow.
So we have the 3 varieties, but I thought the apple was like the simpler thing, like one apple.
To find as well.
Yeah.
Do I need to peel the apple?
I think probably yes.
Yeah?
Yes, it would help.
And is this something that your mum invented?
So she invented the apple, but then my sister said, I saw in some magazine someone is doing it with a strawberry, someone with carrots. So
this is a meal that you would eat either with the family or with neighbours, friends.
Yeah, with anybody.
Very, like, community-based.
And you also have it in the fridge, so you store it like in an old Nescafe jar, and then you have it there, so you make a lot, and whenever someone comes to visit you, instead of a cup of tea, we have gazpacho, which is very nice, yes.
So what's the difference between gazpacho?
Yeah, so I keep making this mistake. So gazpacho is lighter and it has more water, and you can drink it like a drink or you can eat it like a soup, and it has pepper and cucumber and onion. And this has only tomatoes and garlic and the bread or the apple.
Right. So it's almost a simpler,
much simpler version. Yeah, much simpler. Yeah, so it reminds me of that chaos, a bit of chaos, even though it has to be simple, because with so many people you cannot afford to have too many ingredients.
Yeah, of course.
And chatting, eating, sharing, laughing, arguing, family stuff, a bit of everything.
Food sees everything, doesn't it? Food is at the centre of everything. That's why I love it as well, I think, because...
You are sad?
You're sad, you want food. You're happy, you want food. You want to celebrate, you want food. You want to...
Someone is grieving, you take them food.
Yes. It's so sort of integral to...
humanity
and to connection, and I think that's also something, I think that's why like our partnership with the Wonder Foundation makes so much sense, because those things are so linked, aren't they? People need community, they need human connection in the same way that they need food, and also like food brings those things. And when people are isolated from those things, whether they're in a new community or they don't have access to
they can't communicate, or
they can't communicate with people in their community, or they don't have access to things like a workplace or maybe an education where you meet those people and where you build that community, then it's really isolated.
Yes, I also think that another interesting thing with food, I'm sure you have seen this more than me, is that everybody can be a protagonist. So maybe you are not an amazing chef, but you can always do your best and do it with love. So there are so many things I don't like, like food, but whenever a friend of mine makes it with love, it tastes different.
Yeah, of course. It's also a brilliant way to share cultures as well, isn't it? With, other people, you can make them food and it will tell you about where they grew up, and it will tell them about their family, and it will tell them about what was important to them, or even things like, what the country that they came from, what foods they eat, what foods they grow, what foods they have access to. I feel like it tells you so much about a person and about a community just by eating together.
And sharing how you made it.
Do I need to put pepper in, or is no pepper?
No pepper.
And then we have olive oil and white wine vinegar.
Yes.
Perfect. And then we blitz. And it's done.
And you can serve with the egg, or you can serve with the egg and jamón serrano,
Yes.
or with the egg and prawns.
Oh,
If you know, that could be quite good as well. You just cook
So very light
few.
and-
Yes.
amazing. So we'll boil an egg and then we'll serve up.
Yes.
And while we eat, can you tell us a little bit more about Wonder and about what the charity does, why it's so important to you, and what your hope is for, I guess, for women and girls through the work of the charity?
Well, yes. I mean, I'll start with the end. My hope is that every woman and girl that comes to Wonder understands that she matters and that she is important. And that's why, on top of the skills, and cookery is one of the main skills we teach, I'll explain this a little bit later, we try to ensure that everybody has one-to-one mentoring, because in the mentoring, their mindset changes from survival mode. A lot of them have experienced violence, displacement, loss of parents, loss of aunties and uncles. They've been like orphaned several times. They've suffered a lot of things that for them are normal and they are not normal. So they don't realize, but their experts are surviving. And through the mentoring, they can actually discover they matter, they have agency, and little by little, as they set goals and achieve those goals, which are small goals, their mindset starts changing because they get a bit of dopamine every time a goal is achieved. So I think that for me is the main thing, that every woman and girl understands, you matter, you're important, and you have a huge role to play. And then what we do is that we teach them skills that help them to get jobs in their local economy. And what is beautiful for me is to see those simple skills that for them is like, I know how to make this. I understood the importance of income and expenditure. My balance has to, and you just think, God, for many of us, we've learned without even understanding.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's one of those things where I think you take for granted how easy it is to learn when you have an education system that encompasses things, even like food skills, culinary skills.
And your parents have had some kind of education, and you live with electricity, water from the tap.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we do. We give them the skills, but also we give them the mentoring, and we work a lot with their families, because we understand that, community is essential, and the first community is always your family. Yeah. Whatever that looks like. Sometimes it's not the parents, because maybe the parents have died or one of the parents is not around, but that immediate support system, which is the blood family, we want to bring them along in that journey for these women and girls. Actually, them understanding they are important also changes how other people view them.
Yeah, there's a huge ripple effect just from having, I guess, the belief in yourself and then the support system around you. So
I think the family, the mentoring, the skills, and of course teaching them the importance of doing things well.
And you work with sort of local...
So we work through local partners.
Yeah.
So part of what we do is also we support the local partners to also be confident in what that they do is great, and to improve that and to learn from each local partner. So we bring them all together and they all share how they did the mentoring before, how they do it now after, partnering with Wonder, what has changed. And it's incredible because you can see that a lot of the experiences are the same in the Philippines and in Nigeria, and some are very different. Cultural experience. So that's what we do.
Amazing.
Support the women and also the leaders.
Yeah. Should we try this?
Yes. I'm looking. I would say 10 out of 10.
That's delicious.
And it's so easy.
It's so easy. Wow. There's so much flavour. When you have good quality tomatoes and olive oil. That's really good. Does it taste like your childhood?
It does.
I love that.
It tastes like my home.
Yeah, that's so nice.
That's it.
And now whenever I have this, I'll think about cooking with
thank
you
you.
and having lunch with you, and it will always create that memory, which is
Yes.
also so nice.